Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review the first season of Swagger, and this is a show on Apple TV Plus, and is inspired by Kevin Durant's own experiences with his youth basketball league, and the show is a sports drama. It's a coming-of-age story. It focuses on a group of young people who are on a basketball team, and their experiences trying to, compete and do well and make a name for themselves. Specifically, one of them, Jace, who is played by Isaiah R. Hill, who has the potential to really be a star. And a lot goes into the relationship that he has with his new coach, O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s Ike. And you have their whole dynamic. There's a lot of moving parts to this show because you have some of the young people on the team that you get backgrounds on. You also have Quvenzhane Wallis, who plays Crystal, who's a young woman who has a strong connection with Jace, and over the course of the series spark a little bit, but she also has her own experiences because this show deals with a lot of pretty heavy things, and the show really is anchored by Jackson's performance as the coach here, who has his own baggage as well, and Jace, Hill's character, confronts him on it, and he has a past. He was a star basketball kid too, and for some reason he just stopped playing basketball, and there's some mystery into that, and the show takes some time over the course of this season to kind of flesh that out and have you thinking about and kind of contemplating this mystery of like, why did he stop playing basketball? And you have Jace, who has conflict with his mother, who really is trying to push him to be the best and questioning why he wants to be on this team with O'Shea Jackson Jr.'s Ike. And you have Tessa Ferrer, who plays Meg, who is a white woman who is also a coach on the team, and she has a connection with Ike and their experiences trying to work together and coming together, combining their teams. And, they have conflict, they have development throughout the series, and even she has her own personal things. Like, there's a lot of daddy issues in this particular show, and there's a lot of issues with father figures in this show, and I think that's one of the biggest themes and ideas of Swagger, is looking at that father figure, because Jace doesn't have one, and really, Ike starts becoming that kind of father figure for him. And the show really, focusing on integrity and thinking about why do you want to be on a particular team. And, Jace jumps ship because he thinks he'll get more out of being on this particular team versus the one that he's on now, and that causes some conflict between the teams because, like, player poaching and stuff like that. And you have Ike, and did Ike make some bad decisions when he was a kid, when he was playing basketball, and was that the reason why, he doesn't have a connection with his father and his brother? Does he not have a connection with the game anymore when he, as a player? And really looking into those kinds of things. Like I mentioned before, a lot of daddy issues here, but, it's big on family. It's a Fast and Furious movie. Watching this on Apple TV Plus, it's all about family and making those connections with family. And this also takes some heavier looks at certain things like Black Lives Matter. There's a really intense, really uncomfortable moment that happens to this team at a diner, at some kind of restaurant. And then they play a game that's supposed to be for veterans and stuff like that. And they make a choice to kneel. And that spirals this show into looking at them as these activists and with Black Lives Matter, and not only was that scene with the cops really uncomfortable, but then the game and how a lot of the people in the audience are harassing these young men. And there's so much, and you know, you have COVID going on during this whole series, and that becomes a big part of it too, with like COVID regulations and stuff like that. There's a whole entire subplot focusing on Wallis's character, Crystal, and her team, and some unfortunate things involving her coach and her trying to speak up and really shining a light on some abuses. And, you know, when it really comes down to it, it's like this show, it's about basketball too. It's, you have these games, you have the drama of watching a game, and are they going to come back? Are they going to win it? And honestly, this whole entire show has a lot of moving pieces, a lot of subplots, a lot of characters, and there's a lot to get out of it, though. And I really think Swagger is a quality drama that Apple TV Plus has on their streaming service that's a little bit different than most of their shows as well. And it brings a new, fresh, and diverse perspective. And I think this is a show worth checking out. And I think it's a pretty important show. But those are my thoughts on Swagger. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.